Hello, hello! Welcome, creatures and cryptids! My name is Cupcake, and I don't make videos. Ever! Hey! Ooh, yeah, just ignore those. If you don't watch them, they can't hurt you. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about Artfight. I'll get into a brief explanation of Artfight real soon, but first I wanted to let you know that this video is split into segments, or chapters, as you can see in the timeline below. And right over here. If you're looking to find out about a specific character, feel free to jump ahead to that timestamp. Now, about Artfight. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what Artfight is. And if you found my channel and this video by clicking on my link on Artfight, then hi! You definitely know what Artfight is. But for anyone curious, Artfight is an annual art gifting game. Every year in July, starting on the 1st and ending after the 31st, the game Artfight is played on the website called Artfight. I know, real complex stuff. Try to keep up. When the game starts, 2 teams are formed, and you get to pick which team you're on. Or in this year's case, 3 teams. You can even switch teams midway if you're indecisive and regret your choices. You earn points in this game by making art for other people's characters and gifting it to them in what is called an attack. You earn more points by attacking characters that belong to people on the opposite team, but you can still earn points by making art for people on your team too. That's called friendly fire. And while it doesn't net you as many points as attacking the opposite team, it's still fun to spread the love and draw cool characters. Every little bit counts after all, and your attack will surely make someone's day. If this sounds at all interesting to you, then I'd suggest either looking up some other videos that go more in depth about how it works, or go look at the website for yourself. There's plenty of explanations for things that are way better and more in depth than my summary. So, now that you've hopefully got the gist, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Cupcake Paints, but you can call me Cupcake. I'm a perpetually tired artist on the internet who's just trying to draw, have fun, and maybe make some cool things along the way. I like pastel colors, sweets, ducks, cartoons, singing, doing silly voices, and overall strive to add a little joy and whimsy into most things I do. And I have a confession to make. This is going to be my first ever art fight. I'd been hearing about Artfight for a few years and was always somewhat interested, but never really gave it all that much thought. It looked fun, but I always brushed it off since I was busy with my own stuff or it was past July, so I figured, yeah, maybe next year. Not to mention, I've always had kind of bad luck with burnout, when it comes to month-long art challenges, like, Inktober. And I was worried that I'd run into the same problem with Artfight. But I finally decided to join this year thanks to my friends. Shout out to my friends, by the way, Artemis Otter, Sapphire in a Kettle, and Deus Ex Machinus, who all participated in Artfight last year and made me actually want to join. Be sure to check them out if you can. They all have really cool characters. Also, shout out to my friends who may be watching this just because I made it. Love you guys! Last year was actually Artie's first ever year on Artfight, and seeing the fun that everybody had kind of opened my eyes. This wasn't something that just random art YouTubers and professional artists could do. This was something I could do too. I love drawing characters. I love my characters, and I love both getting and gifting art. So, of course something like Artfight is right up my alley. I'm hoping that this year will be a good one, and I'm personally looking forward to seeing everybody's cool characters. Speaking of which, now's the time to talk about my characters. So, I've seen a few other people make videos about their characters and their lore. One such person being Aquarine. Go check out her videos. She's super fun and entertaining. I personally recommend this video of hers since it was the first one that really sort of drew me into her channel. And I'd also recommend this video of hers since it's more recent and another one that I truly loved. But I saw those videos and thought, hey, that looks like fun. I love yapping about my characters to my friends. Why not do it to random people on the internet? So, hello random people. No more yapping about the video. Time to yap about the characters. The first character I'm going to talk about is Buttercup. Buttercup is a feisty, angsty punk rock bunny girl. She's 19 years old and her species is specifically a Rex rabbit. She stands at around 4'5", not including her ears. That's a very important note, by the way. Her height does not include her big bunny ears. All things considered, she's rather normal for an OC. She doesn't have any special magic or superpowers or anything like that, but I personally consider her a very complex character mainly because of her personality. While being your typical angsty teen, she's not everything you might think at first glance. She's actually really sweet and caring, just in her own way. She loves gardening and picking berries with her dad, and she's very protective of her younger sister. I'll talk more about her sister later. Her mom, though, they don't have the best relationship. Oops, mommy issues. She makes a point to stand up for herself and those around her. Bullying is not something she tolerates. But, well, she does have a bit of a violent streak when she's angry. She's been doing her best in recent years to keep it under control and find better outlets for her anger, but every once in a while, something might slip through. Something else you wouldn't expect is that she's really, really good with animals. Feral animals, that is, and wants to go to college to become a veterinary doctor. Something she likes doing when she just needs to get out is to go to the park and feed the ducks in the pond. Healthy food, like peas or lettuce, never bred. She loves wild animals and pets of all kinds. But she only currently has one pet, Jasmine, her Siamese cat. Lovingly titled Trash Cat after an incident of her falling into the kitchen trash can when she was a kitten, Jasmine acts as sort of an emotional support animal for Buttercup at home. Jasmine can always tell when Buttercup is getting upset and tends to do her best to snap her out of it. whether that be by climbing on Buttercup's lap and purring, or by nudging her and meowing. Strangely, Buttercup considers Jasmine a better judge of character than her, and every potential friend has to go through the trash cat trials at some point. Something important about Buttercup is that she's not just punk rock and aesthetics. She's also in a band. She's one of the founding members of the Bonbons, a high school metal band that she and a few friends play in. She's both lead guitarist and one of the singers of the band. I'd love to talk about the other members, but I don't have time to put them on Artfight. So, maybe next year. She's currently just out of high school and has a job at a local cafe as a barista. She actually enjoys it quite a bit, since she has fun brewing teas, mixing drinks, and being as sassy as possible. She actually has quite a bit of knowledge on tea, which she learned from her dad. And with that, that's about it. So, I'll finish with some quick bullet points of random facts about her. She drives a black motorcycle and sometimes takes her sister along for rides. Her least favorite color is hot pink. Her favorite drink is blackberry tea. She loves to laugh at horror movies, especially bad ones. And her biggest fear is hurting the people around her and ending up alone. Next up is Clover. She's a shy but playful red fox and is Buttercup's adopted younger sister, being 17 years old. Despite being younger, she's almost a foot taller than Buttercup, standing at 5'4". In fact, Clover is the tallest member of the family, standing taller than both her adoptive mom and dad, which is unfortunate because it means she stands out quite a bit. So she tends to hunch a little to try and make herself smaller. She's painfully shy. Has a hard time ordering for herself at a restaurant level of shy. And, as you could probably guess, she suffers from social anxiety. She also has hypoglycemia, and has to make sure she remembers to have snacks on hand in case she starts feeling woozy. She has difficulty making friends, and is definitely someone who struggles to make herself heard. Because of her shyness, and because she is just very quiet in general. She speaks very softly and slowly, often pausing to think over her words mid-sentence. With Clover, it feels like she doesn't even have the capacity to be loud, so something she hears a lot is to speak up. She hates being told to speak up, and finds it both frustrating and discouraging, especially if she's already at her top volume, which, I'll be honest, isn't all that loud. Clover's height isn't the only thing that sticks out like a sore thumb. I know you're smart enough to have noticed, so I'm just gonna say it. Whoa! She's a fox and her sister is a bunny? So yeah. She's the only fox in a family of rabbits. She was adopted into the family. And before you say anything, no. She'd never think of eating them. What is wrong with you? This isn't one of those stories, okay? Okay. Anyway, as the only fox in a family of bunnies, she obviously stands out quite a lot in more ways than you might think. She's the only one with paw pads, earning her the nickname Jellybean from her dad. She's been the butt of more than a few why the long face jokes, the aforementioned height difference, of course, and her long, fluffy, non-cotton tail. Clover usually keeps her tail wrapped around herself, both as a comfort to herself and to keep it out of the way. Clover is still in school, and she doesn't have a job, but she has plenty of hobbies. She likes reading, especially fantasy novels, gardening with her dad, watching her sister play video games, and playing piano. She's taken piano lessons for around 5 or 6 years now, and she's pretty good at it. But despite that, she's terrified of the thought of performing in front of people. The only people she does play for are her family, and a select few of Buttercup's friends. Clover loves learning how to play music from the video games she watches her sister play. Sometimes they even like to test each other on what game a certain song is from by playing it on their respective instruments and waiting for the other to guess. Another hobby Clover enjoys is baking, specifically cookies, which go very well with the tea her dad makes. Perfect for tea parties. Speaking of tea, her cat Jasmine is named after her favorite tea, a special jasmine oolong blend. Jasmine technically belongs to Clover, which is why Clover was the one to name her, but she's basically the family cat. Lastly, Clover has heterochromia, meaning her eyes are different colors. Her left eye, the one she shows off, is green, while her right eye, the one she hides behind her bangs, is blue. She'll keep her bangs back with hair clips when around immediate family or friends, but otherwise keeps it covered. She sticks out enough as it is. She'd rather not get more attention from that. And with that, that's pretty much everything to talk about for Clover. So once again, I'll leave off on some random facts. Her favorite animals are chickens, and she likes to visit the ones on her aunt's farm. Her least favorite food is chicken, for the reason above. Her least favorite color is yellowish brown. She really likes patterns and clothes with flowers. And her biggest fear is drowning / large bodies of water. Hi, it's me, bringing a short intermission to say, I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, don't subscribe! Haha. I mean, I guess you can if you want. I can't legally stop you. But, fair warning, I don't have any kind of upload schedule, and I can't promise more videos like this. I'm just doing this for fun. I don't even make any money from this. And now, a word from our sponsor. Defenestrate. No, wait. No, I have a family. Wait, no. Wow! Thanks to our sponsor. And now back to the characters. These last 3 characters are all fan characters for a particular game, Undertale. So if you're familiar with the game and its relatively well-known fandom creations, then good. If you're not familiar, that's okay too. You might not get everything quite as clearly, but I'll try to make it as comprehensible as I can. This is Ember. She's a 24-year-old fire elemental. She has a very friendly and adventurous personality and loves exploring, going on hikes, cooking, and hanging with friends. She's always down to make some new ones, too. Hey, interrupting real quick to say I didn't make a reference sheet for her. This was when I started running out of time, and I didn't think to record the drawing process for her portrait because I was still under the impression I'd be doing her sheet. So I don't have any background footage. So, in place of that, have, here. Yeah. Just let me... There. Good enough. Ember is something of a universe explorer, in that she jumps to and from different universes, exploring them and meeting the people there. She has a bunch of different friends from all sorts of places. Her place of residence, though, is the Anti-Void, a place outside of any particular universe. Now, if you're familiar with the fandom, that name might ring a bell. That's because the Anti-Void is the home of Error, or Error Sands. For those who don't know, Error Sands is a sort of corrupted version of the character Sans the Skeleton, originally created by Lover of Piggies. Typically, he is portrayed as a villain who views all alternate universes as wrong, and seeks to destroy them. Yeah, that's not really the case here. In this, multiverse? Bubble? In this version of events, Error is less of a straight-up bad guy universe destroyer, and more of a sort of antivirus protector of universes. He still destroys universes, but now only the ones that have become corrupted or glitched beyond saving. Anyway, enough about my version of Error. This isn't about him. The main thing is that Ember lives with him because she's his adopted daughter. She was adopted by him at a very young age when she managed to escape into the Anti-Void as her world was destroyed. With no home and no family to speak of, Ember latched onto Error like a lost little duckling, and he begrudgingly took care of her, eventually connecting with her and deciding to do his best to raise her. Because of her upbringing, Ember is entirely comfortable with multiversal travel, and even has the ability to open portals to other worlds herself. She is also strangely comfortable with godlike or powerful beings, since her dad technically falls into that category. A very important thing to note about her character design is her necklace is made of blue strings with a tassel and gem. The necklace is made from the blue strings that Error creates. He gave her this to keep them connected and let them easily communicate with each other over long distances. The gem, however, was added later, as a gift from Ember's boyfriend. I can't really talk about him. He belongs to my friend Artemis and hasn't really been put anywhere yet. So, yeah, just know she has a boyfriend. Lastly, Ember has all the basic fire magic you'd expect of a fire elemental. She also is pretty good at healing magic. She's agile and light on her feet, and always ready to help out should you need anything. And with that, that's Ember. So here's some final fun facts. Ember's favorite drinks are all alcoholic since alcohol is flammable. It has no real effect on her. She hates the taste of gasoline. Her flames brighten and dim depending on her mood, along with getting more fired up when she gets mad. Her favorite color is the same shade of pink as the gem on her necklace, and her least favorite color is smoky gray. Water is harmful, or even deadly to her. And her biggest fear is darkness. I'll be honest with you. I just barely managed to get Ember's main image done before Artfight started, so I kinda started panicking because there was no way I was getting all my references done before Artfight officially started. Not to mention this video. So I had to make a decision between two things. Either I could go full on crunch time and tear myself apart to get things done on time, burning myself out before Artfight even began, or I could take it easy on myself and not adhere to the strict and kind of impossible schedule I'd set in my head. Judging by the release date of this video, I think you can tell which one I picked. In the end, I'm doing all this for fun, right? Who cares when I get things done? Who cares if I start to simplify things a bit? The only one it truly affects is me, and if I hold myself to an impossible task, I'm only going to end up hurting myself and getting frustrated. So, I took a step back and calmed myself down, trying not to get caught up in deadlines. But that does mean that I wasn't quite ready when Artfight started, and that from now on, I'll only have the character portraits and not full reference sheets. But because I delayed this video to do things at a better pace, I did get this! Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Thanks for bearing with me. I just wanted to share my experience real quick. Back to the character lore. Meet Sarid. He's a 27-year-old human who stands at 6'1" and whose default setting is sarcasm. His red eyes and connection to Undertale may be a dead giveaway if you know. So, yes, Sarid is a version of Kara. In his home AU, alternate universe, Twin Tail, not to be confused with Twin Runes by Agamemnon, Kara and Frisk were born at the same time, hence Twin Tail. They're siblings and worked together to free the monsters from the underground, getting adopted by the royal family, the Dreamers, and going on to grow up as ambassadors between the monsters and humans. Sarid and his twin both chose new names for themselves when they were older, keeping their original names as middle names instead. So his full name is really Sarid Kara Dreamer. That's the basics. Now, strap in for the lore coaster. Despite things being relatively peaceful, it seems good things don't last forever. Due to an unfortunate chain of events that Sarid unintentionally started, a horrible accident occurred, causing the world to become corrupted. Sarid managed to escape the dying world, but his twin was less lucky, dying in the last moment before escape. Her spirit and what was left of her soul latched onto Sarid, escaping with him. Obviously dealing with a lot and unable to cope with the reality of what happened, Sarid entered what I like to call his broken arc. Not being able to mentally deal with the fact that he accidentally caused the death of his world and his sibling, he repressed those memories and instead threw his anger and hatred for himself onto the closest and most reasonable target, Error. Error did his job and destroyed the corrupted world, and Sarid fooled himself into believing that it was solely Error's fault. He fought Error multiple times, injuring him but never winning. In the end though, with his twin's help, he was able to come to terms with what he'd done and begin the road to recovery. Now Sarid is living in a new world with his sister, thanks to help from Error and the Chorus of Infinity, an interdimensional research and diplomacy group owned by my friend Artie. Artemis Otter. He's going to therapy regularly.
Thank goodness.
Lives in an apartment with his twin sister, and is currently working at a music shop selling instruments. His current goal is to join a theater troupe and act in stage plays and musicals. He's very overdramatic normally, and loves to improvise and do character voices, so that should be pretty easy for him. Okay, that was a lot. And this is getting long, so speed round. He plays guitar and piano, sings, and took both ballet and tap dance classes as a kid. He deals with both sleepwalking and horrible nightmares. The nightmares are partially caused by all the trauma he's accumulated. He's outwardly confident, but deals with a lot of self-loathing. He's very particular about his appearance, making sure his hair is neat, covering up any marks or blemishes on his face with makeup, and painting his nails to match whatever outfit he's wearing that day. Alright, that should be everything, so I'll leave off on some fun facts. Sarid's favorite flavor is chocolate. Sarid speaks very properly, rarely using contractions. His twin sister sometimes calls him Sid for short. He has a half-heart locket that he wears all the time, and his biggest fear is loss of control. The last character I'm going to talk about is Excelia, or Leah for short. Leah is a 27-year-old... well, it's complicated as you can see. Leah is Sarid's twin sibling, and Twin Tails' version of Frisk. She was born a human and still has the soul and spirit of one, but her body is a different story. Growing up with a dreamer family, and her twin brother Sarid, Excelia worked happily as an ambassador between the monsters and humans, being the peacekeeper not only in terms of political efforts, but in family matters too. If there was ever an argument or disagreement between friends and family, Leah was always there to mediate, being able to understand both sides most of the time due to her large capacity for empathy. She valued her relationships above most things, often sacrificing her own wants in favor of what others wanted. That being said, in her free time, she enjoyed ballet and playing the violin. But then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. No, wait. Everything changed when the disaster happened. The world became corrupted and was falling apart at the seams. As Leah and her brother were trying to escape, a building collapsed, and Leah sacrificed herself to push Sarid to safety, dying in the process. She went on to exist as a spirit, as what was left of her soul latched onto Sarid. It wasn't a possession, it was more like a coexistence kind of situation. Leah relied on Sarid's life force to continue surviving, with Sarid ending up haunted in both the literal and metaphorical sense. In the end, Leah helped Sarid come to terms with everything that happened, and helped convince him to stop and seek help. Now, thanks to the Master, the leader of the Chorus of Infinity, Leah is rocking a new body, so she's currently a puppet made of wood. As a puppet, she's a little smaller than she was as a human, or ghost, being 4'10" instead of 5'3". Overall, she likes her new appearance, though it took some getting used to. She was even able to start dancing and playing violin again, though she only ever does it for fun, not usually around people other than Sarid. However, every once in a while, she does have some issues with her appearance, sometimes feeling a disconnect between herself and her new body. When these episodes happen, she sort of freezes up and experiences something like dissociation. But she's going to therapy too, and overall, she's doing okay. She now lives in an apartment with her brother, happy that they have each other. She's back to doing ambassador work, but this time it's with the chorus, working to connect worlds instead of just working with the monster and human races. Leah is very friendly and sociable, being able to adapt pretty quickly to most conversations. She also sometimes enjoys playfully flirting with people, usually to fluster or joke around with them. Some important things to note are, Leah does not have a locket as a puppet. As a human, though, she had a locket that matched Sarid's. Sadly, she lost it when she died. She still has it as a ghost, though. Leah will almost always have a braid somewhere in her hairstyle of the day. This is because Sarid enjoys braiding her hair. Cute! Leah knows sign language, and sometimes uses it to silently mumble to herself when she's zoning out, or will use it when she's feeling nonverbal. Every once in a while, Leah has what she likes to call they days, and those are days where she prefers to be referred to by they/them pronouns. On they days, Leah will typically wear baggy, looser-fitting clothing or more layers, put their hair up, and take off their breastplate to flatten their chest. On they days, Leah will always be found with a they/them pin on their clothes somewhere. And a last very important note. Though Leah likes lighthearted flirting, she will never flirt with underage characters or with any versions of Kara, Azrael, Toriel, or Asgore. She may flirt with adult frisks, but only as a joke. Alright, and I think that's it for my last character this year. As always, here are some fun facts to end on. Leah is a night owl, but when she gets to bed, she's a very deep sleeper. Her favorite food is anything cheesy, especially mac and cheese or grilled cheese sandwiches. She loves being out in the rain. She can feel and eat things as a puppet, but she can't get drunk. And her greatest fear is loss of autonomy. And that's everyone. Thank you to everyone here for sticking around this long to hear me ramble about my characters. It means so much to me. I'd be really interested to know what you think down in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer any questions about me or my characters. I'd also be interested to hear about your own Artfight plans, or hear about how your experience is going so far this year. I'll do my best to be active in the comment section, so rest assured that if you comment, I will see it. So, please be nice. As for future videos, I have nothing concrete yet, and as I said, I don't really have an upload schedule. But I do have some things in the works that are very work in progress right now. Just know I do have plans for more videos in the future, and they're a pretty wide variety. Without going into specifics, I have plans for an animation featuring an OC not listed here, a couple video essays, and some song covers, maybe even a couple original songs. Who knows, I might even make a video about the attacks I make this year after Artfight is done. No promises on that last one, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks again for hanging around. Links to my Artfight profile and my friends' profiles are in the description, along with credits for all the music. I had a lot of fun doing this, and hopefully you had fun watching. And with that, have a good day, good night, good afternoon, and I will see you next time. Bye! Ooh. Okay. Ooh, it's hot in here. Woo! I like colors. Whoa! I like colors? That's crazy. This is going to be my first ever art fight. Yay! And I'd also recommend this video. Something she likes doing when she just needs to get it. As she can always tell when Buttercup is getting upset and tends to do. Anyway, as the only fox in a family of bunnies, she obviously. Whoa. For those who don't know, Error Sans is a sort of corrupted version of the character Sans the Skeleton. Originally... Why is that such a hard word for me to say? Ooh. Originally. Okay. Lastly, Ember has all the basic fire magic you'd expect of a fire element. That's the basics. Woof. Now Sarid is living in a new... He's going to therapy regularly.
Thank goodness.
Lives in an apartment with his twin sister. He plays guitar and piano, sings, and took both ballet? That's when you dance ballet with your pal. Ballet. He outwardly confident. Guys, did you know he outwardly confident? The world became corrupted and was falling apart. As a puppet, she's a little smaller than she was as a human, or ghost, being 4'10" instead of 4 foot. Without going to... It looked fun, but I always brushed it off. Yum, yum, yum. Whoa. It looked fun, but I always brushed it off. Oof. Brushed it off. Okay. It looked like fun, but I always brushed it off as... Read this Can I read the script? Please? Okay. It looked fun, but I always brushed it off. It looked fun, but I always brushed it off. Holy!